Hi, it's Dr. Chris here. Thanks so much for joining me on this evening's program, Optimal Health, Optimal Life. I'm Dr. Christine Anderson, chiropractor, and today with me I have a special guest.
Hello, hello.
My son, Seven. All right, so so excited to talk to you about a new toy I have. I have been in this game for 30 years, and I've been doing a lot of things to help everybody function optimally, right? We can do what we can with our food, with our lifestyles, but here's the thing, we are all energy. And if your frequency or energy gets a little out of balance, then it's going to be really hard to just do it with food, which doesn't have the same nutritional value, and exercise. We need to do everything all together. So basically, the Star Trek scanner is here. Do you guys remember Star Trek? I do. And what are you laughing at? And so Dr. Bones, right, would come over and he would just like take the thing and scan the body and figure out what is going on. So this is really cool because this detects energetic frequencies that are out of balance and then optimizes the frequency of your body and its organs and every system. And it's all done through a headset. Now, this isn't just a regular headset. These little doodads here are having to do with bone conduction. So in a second, when I show you this, I'm going to have Seven help me demonstrate so I can talk while this is going on. It doesn't take very long. And this is technology, pardon me, this is technology that I've seen and heard about before. And I used to have a product in my office way back when, if anybody out there remembers SCSI ports. And if you're like, what? It had like 9 prongs to it and hooked into the computer. Well, the technology is still good, but it doesn't communicate with the new technology for computers. So that piece of equipment was, I think it was around like $8,000. So here's the thing. This is incredible because this is so affordable. Everybody in their home should have one of these. It's really something that you and your whole family can use on a regular basis for less than the cost of a cell phone. And then you have a subscription with it, depending on how you use it, how many people you're using it for. So I'll, of course, be getting a professional subscription, right? So I've been using this every day since I think I got this Friday. And actually, yesterday, I started doing it twice a day. Sorry, a little froggy. Seven and I just did a little bit of aerial work. Actually, we finished about 15 minutes ago, so I haven't had a chance to drink anything. All right. So anyway, I couldn't believe the cost of this when I learned it, because this is part of the problem with some of this equipment. And it's not necessarily diagnostic equipment. I look at it as a screening tool to look at everything else I'm looking at. But it gives a really good idea of what's going on energy-wise in your body. And then you have a tool to bring things back into balance. So you don't need to be a doctor to use it. Once you understand how simple this is, it's pretty much plug and play. And it took me like 2 seconds to figure out. And now with everybody with technology, just give it to your kid and they'll figure it out. So let me just go into a little bit about the technology, and then we're going to go right into the scan. So this is called a Chow scan. It says AO scan on here, but it's really pronounced Chow. Don't ask me why. But it's based on biophysics, which is the research of measuring the frequencies of each individual part of the body. And medical researchers believe that the health of an organ, tissue, system, or cell within the body can be identified by passing frequencies through the body and then measure that feedback of the frequency's resistance. So every cell and organ in the body has their own distinctive vibrational frequency or oscillation. And when those oscillations are disrupted, whether by injury, diet, stress, emotion, whatever, whatever trauma, it results in a disruption of that biological function. That's why sometimes when you get knocked off balance, it's really kind of hard to get back to where you want to be, even if you are doing a lot of the right things, which I hope you all are, since this is what this show is about. You still need to do those things, right? You can't just do whatever you want and go, okay, I'm just going to plug in and it's going to take care of everything. No, that's not what we're talking about. So when we don't address these energetic frequency shifts and it creates disruption, this can lead us to have symptoms such as fatigue, depression, other illnesses and other diseases, and even eventually death, right? When a cell loses energy, it can't sustain life. And when this goes on in enough cells in the body, then you will have death. And yes, we're all going to die eventually, but I don't know about you, but while I'm here on this planet, I want to have optimal health until that last moment I take a breath. Hopefully, many, many, many years from now, I'm aiming for about 130. Someone said, based on when an animal reaches their maturity, you're supposed to live 7 times as long. So really, we should be able to live at least to 120, 130. So easy peasy, nice and breezy. So over the past 20 years, more than 120,000 of these vibrational frequencies have been isolated, identified, and cataloged. All right, they've got a database. And they know what the optimum oscillation or frequency of the cells and organs are, and that can help with assisting in determining the root cause of an individual's health status when those frequencies are compared to the database with those scanned results. So this is a technology coming from Russia, Germany, Spain, Asia, and the US. So this has been going on for a very long time. And most, if not all, this technology is based on the works of Nikola Tesla, Dr. Royal Rife, and Albert Einstein, and others that realize that everything physical at its most fundamental level is actually energy frequency. And we're realizing this more and more now when we're looking at cells and atoms and the energy. It's not what we used to think it was, of just electrons going around. It's crazy stuff, but amazing. So medical researchers in Germany found that the health of an organ, tissue structure, cell structure, whatever it is within the body, can be determined by passing a microcurrent through the body and measure the resistance to it. So there's a feedback system going on in the body. So this is designed and built upon all those technologies from those amazing people, Tesla, Rife, Einstein. And now we're able to do this faster, more accurate, and it's unable to be influenced unintentionally or intentionally by the person you're doing the scanning on. So a lot of times there's using a bioelectrical impedance. Okay, so you've got, people holding on to different poles. With the equipment I had, you held on to one thing, and then I did testing on meridians on the finger and the feet. There can be lots of interference with that. So this is way faster and much less interference with the results. So it's pretty cool. I'm very excited to show you this. So we're going to dive right in. So if you have any questions, or you just want to say a comment as to what's going on, feel free to pop that in there in the comment section, and it will come up and I will see it. So there's 3 different types of scans. So first of all, I want to just get into the scanning system, because I don't know about you, but you should be keeping your phone on airplane mode when you're not using it. So I've got my little light here that's in the way. Oh, I'm going to just turn that to the side for a second. Okay, so right here is the AO scan. It's going to come up, and I'm going to log in. Super simple. Thank goodness it remembers me because who can remember everything, right? Okay, so I'm going to log in. And of course, I get an error because I'm live. Well, this is what happens on live shows. Okay, good. I think it's going to let me in now. Hopefully, this is going to let me in. Oh, my goodness. My account has exceeded allowed login attempts. Oh, my gosh. You have got to be kidding me. Wow. It is not letting me in. All right, I'm going to do part 2 of this video then, so I can show you what this scan looks like and what it is great for. You know, if it can happen, it will when you go live, and that's just the way it is. So I don't know when I'm going to come back on, but you know what, you guys? That's why you should subscribe. You should subscribe so that you know when I post a video, because stuff happens, life happens, and you know, when things won't let me in. Next time I'm going to get all logged in before the show starts, so I won't have to worry about this. So sorry about that, but look for part 2. And hopefully Seven will be here to help me out. Say bye, Seven.
Bye.
All right.